What did you think of Warren today? Why did he struggle a little bit out there?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't make a play behind him. Gave up the homer to, or did he give up the homer around? Aranda. Lau got him the other way with us kind of shifted over, and then just kind of got a little bit singled to death. Still few too many walks, and at the end of the day, we didn't control the bottom of the order well enough today. They kind of hurt us and really set them up to dent the scoreboard.
You guys did try to make a run there in that 8th inning. Any thought of pinch hitting for Escara in that situation?
No, not with no outs. We're staying away from Anthony, so I got really I'm choosing between Escara and Vivas there, and just going to take the guy that's been here and more experience. So I knew I had one shot with Reyes there. Then once the double play happened, that kind of shut that down a little bit. But then he was the tying run again there with Cabby. So no, not at that point with no outs. I was going to use him for Vivas.
And then just overall, again, you did get those late runs, but it seemed like Tampa Bay on the whole kind of kept this offense pretty much at bay. What do you make of that? Baseball.
Good. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, you look at the arms they run out against you, starting and relief. You got to be able to win some low-scoring games too. And they held us down pretty well this series. Like the way we battled today to kind of work our way back in it with just being really short today. But obviously tough series where they were able to hold us down enough to get a couple.
Brian and Ron.
You also had Wells. You could have used Wells at some point there too, right?
Yeah, but I can't shoot both of them though because all I have is a scar left. I got to kind of keep a scar in the game, or then I can't shoot for Vivas either.
Ron.
Did Volpe try to talk you into letting him hit there at all?
No, but he was ready to go in, and if we got ahead in the game or something, I needed him for defense or running or something, we probably would have done it. But we're pretty disciplined to wanting to stay away from him today.
Dave.
So in that sense, you didn't want him swinging a bat today, I guess. Aaron, so did he do any of that before the game?
He
swing
did
a bat, or?
Yeah, he did dry swings and stuff in the training room, which went pretty well. But they wanted him to stay away from hitting unless we got in a situation where he had to go in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greg, to the right.
You had Carrasco there in relief. Is that just a one-off here with him not pitching that next series?
Yeah, I mean, just obviously with Clark pulling up, and then now Clark inserts into his spot there on Tuesday. So, with how we've had to use the pen a little bit, we needed his length there, and he picked us up. Thought he did a good job there on his 4th day there. Giving us 3 innings and kind of holding the line a little bit.
Eric.
Given what you said about Volpe, how realistic is he for tomorrow?
I would say it's realistic. I don't know if it's a yes or a no, but I think it's in play, and we'll talk about it. And I think in Anthony's mind, it's a yes.
Max.
Aaron, you spoke highly about Reyes throughout spring training, made the team. Sporadic playing time so far, but what have you seen from him, and how much confidence do you still have in him?
Yeah, a lot. I think he's got bat to ball. I think he's got life in the bat. Again, it's been very sporadic. He's probably played the equivalent of about 4 games, so that's tough to get a roll. I feel like if he can have that one at bat to kind of get him going, I feel like with his bat to ball, he can play a good role for us. So we just got to have him have that one at bat that kind of gets him over the hump. I feel like he's had some at bats where he's putting together a good at bat, getting to 2-2, 3-2, laying off some tough pitches. And then just missing his pitch a little bit, whether it's earlier in the count where he's fouling a pitch off or something where he's got to make hay.
Ron.
How much does Simpson's speed just change the game in those 2 innings where he beats out the infield hit and he scores from second on an infield hit?
Yeah, he's as fast as he gets, right? I mean, that the ball he beats out, Peraza did everything you probably could do, got to it quickly, got rid of it with something on it. He's still able to beat it. Obviously he lays down the bunt, so it's definitely another level dynamic speed-wise.